In a world filled with challenges and uncertainties, it's easy to feel overwhelmed and alone. We are constantly bombarded with news of strife, conflict, and hardship from every corner of the globe. But it's not just these big global issues that weigh on us. There are personal battles too. Each one of us grapples with our own set of challenges, be it health, relationships, financial stability, or even the quest for inner peace. Often these struggles seem insurmountable, like towering mountains casting long, dark shadows over our lives. And in the face of such overwhelming odds, it's natural to feel small, insignificant, and utterly alone. But remember, even the most formidable mountain is made up of small stones. And in those moments of doubt, when the world seems too big and our problems too great, where do we turn for help? Psalm 121, 1-2 offers a timeless reminder. I lift up my eyes to the hills. From where does my help come? My help comes from the Lord who made heaven and earth. This scripture, nestled within the heart of the Bible, is more than just a poetic verse. It is a beacon of hope and a reassurance of divine assistance in our lives. When life's challenges seem like towering mountains, it's natural to feel small and insignificant. But the message here is clear. Our help doesn't come from these metaphorical hills of problems and hardships. Rather, our help comes from the one who created heaven and earth, the one who shaped the hills and filled the seas. The verse invites us to lift our eyes, not to be overwhelmed by the size of our challenges, but to be in awe of the vastness of God's creation and His power. It's a call to shift our focus from the problems at our feet to the Creator above, who holds the entire universe in His hands. The scripture is like a compass, guiding us toward the source of our help. It's not about seeking assistance from the hills, but recognizing that our ultimate help comes from the Lord. It's about understanding that the Creator of the universe is interested in our individual lives, ready to offer help whenever we need it. The hills in their grandeur and majesty serve as a physical symbol of God's omnipotence. They remind us of His ability to move mountains, to make a way where there seems to be no way. And the fact that our help comes from such a powerful, loving God, that's a comforting thought. So, whenever you find yourself facing a mountain of challenges, remember this scripture. Let it serve as a timeless reminder that your help comes from the Lord. Remember to lift your eyes to the hills and beyond, for your help comes from the Lord, who made heaven and earth. Our help doesn't come from the hills themselves, but from the one who created them. It's a concept that might seem abstract at first, yet it's profoundly simple. Imagine you're standing in front of a beautiful painting. It's filled with vibrant colors and intricate details. It's stunning. But if you have questions about the painting, would you ask the canvas? Or would you seek out the artist who poured their heart and soul into creating it? Just like the artist in the painting, our world is filled with intricate details and stunning beauty, all crafted by a divine creator. When we face challenges, it's not the creation we do, but the Creator, the one who wove the universe together, who spun the planets into motion, and who paints the sky with hues of gold and pink every sunrise and sunset. This Creator, this artist, is the source of our help. We are not alone. We are not left to navigate life's complexities by ourselves. The Creator of the universe stands with us, offering guidance, strength, and comfort. We don't have to rely solely on our own abilities or resources, which can often feel insufficient in the face of life's trials. Instead, we can lean on the one who holds the world in His hands. Think of the tallest mountain you've ever seen or the deepest ocean you've ever swum in. These awe-inspiring aspects of creation are a testament to the power and wisdom of the Creator. When we lift our eyes to the hills, when we gaze upon the vastness of the ocean or the limitless expanse of the sky, we are reminded of the vastness of God's creation. And in those moments, we find comfort, we find hope, we find help, not in the creation itself, but in the Creator. In the one who crafted the hills and the valleys, the oceans and the skies, the one who created you and me. When we lift our eyes to the hills, we're reminded of the vastness of God's creation. If you feel inspired by this message, don't forget to like this video to our channel and share this with others. Thank you for being part of our journey. And in that moment, we find solace in knowing that our help comes from the Lord. It's a profound realization, isn't it? In our moments of doubt and despair, when we lift our eyes skyward, we're not merely gazing at the vast expanse of the universe, we're seeking solace in the one who created it all. Think about it. When we're feeling lost, when we've strayed off the path, or when we've stumbled and fallen, It's not the physical act of lifting our eyes to the hills that brings us comfort. It's the act of acknowledging our need for help, of admitting that we can't do it all on our own. And that's where we find God. Let's take a moment to reflect on some personal stories and testimonies, shall we? There's John, a single father of two, who was struggling to make ends meet. He was at his wit's end, feeling like he was climbing an insurmountable mountain. But when he lifted his eyes to the hills, he found solace in his belief in God. He found the strength to persevere, to keep going, and to keep providing for his family. Or consider Mary, a young woman battling a chronic illness. She faced each day with a courage that was nothing short of inspiring. And when asked where she found the strength to carry on, she would simply say, "My help comes from the Lord." Despite the pain, despite the fear, she found solace in her faith. These stories are not unique. They're echoed in the lives of millions of people around the world, people who, in their moments of need, lift their eyes to the hills and find comfort in their Creator. And that's the beauty of it. In our struggles and in our triumphs, we're never alone. With God's help, we can face any challenge, scale any mountain, and overcome any obstacle. So remember, when the world feels overwhelming and you're not sure where to turn, lift your eyes to the hills. Your help comes from the Lord who made heaven and earth. So the next time you find yourself in need of help, remember to lift your eyes to the hills. Your help comes from the Lord who made heaven and earth. As we move through life, we often come across situations that challenge our strength and test our resolve. But remember, we are never alone in these trials. The same God who created the vast universe and the intricate beauty of nature is with us in every step of our journey. He's not just an observer, He is our helper, our guide, and our source of strength. When we face challenges, it's natural to feel overwhelmed and uncertain. It's okay to feel like this. But rather than letting these feelings consume us, we should use them as a reminder to turn to God. Let's lift our eyes to the hills and remember where our help comes from. Lifting our eyes to the hills doesn't just mean seeking help in times of trouble. It's about recognizing the constant presence of God in our lives. It's about acknowledging that He has a plan for us, a plan that is often beyond our understanding, but always for our good. So how do we apply this in our daily lives? It starts with faith. Have faith that God is there for you, even in the most challenging times. Trust in His wisdom and love. And remember, faith is not just about believing, it's about living that belief. It's about letting that faith guide your actions and decisions. Next, seek His guidance. Pray, read His word, and listen to His voice. When you're feeling lost or unsure, ask Him for wisdom and direction. He is always ready to guide you. Finally, share His love. Help others just as God helps you. Show kindness and compassion. Let your actions reflect God's love in your life. Life is a journey, full of ups and downs, but with God by our side, we can navigate any path, overcome any obstacle, and reach any height. So the next time you find yourself in need of help, remember to lift your eyes to the hills. Your help comes from the Lord who made heaven and earth. May you find strength and inspiration in His unfailing love.